Hi everybody, it's me again, Jessica. I'm back with another Granblue Fantasy video, and this time I'm going to be talking about the Little Skyfarer event, which is going on right now, but also events in general, what you can expect from them, what they are, what to farm, that kind of thing. So, what are events? Events are scenarios that take place every, I want to say, twice a month in Granblue on average. They're usually just in the downtime between the major farming things like Guild Wars or Rise of the Beasts or the Showdowns. They're more casual, they're more designed just to give you an insight into the lore of Granblue or to explore a character. They're supposed to be fun and just a good way to get some items, especially if you're newer to the game. So before we dive into the event, I'll just show you my grid real quick, because some people want a point of reference for when they do this. This event has earth enemies, so I will be using a wind grid. Wind Warlock, Skatacha, I call her Skatch because I can't say her name. I just pulled her, I'm still leveling her. This event's super easy, so that's why I'm using a low level character. Endira, Korwa, Gawain, and Rosetta is my team. As far as grid goes, this is a fairly basic Wind Magna grid, like we talked about last time. It is 6 Magna weapons, Tiamat bolts, a Cosmo gun, I will talk about Cosmo weapons in another video, Seraphic weapons, Bahamut weapon, and a Guild Wars dagger. And then those are my summons. Very, very, very standard Wind team. So you get to the event by clicking this button, and it gets you to a oh, Cordelia, I love you. I love her. Anyway, I love her. So anyway, my UI is a little bit different than yours is going to be if this is the first time you load it up, because I've already done the main story quest. Typically when you load this up, it will look something like this. Pretty much all events look like something like this. You'll start off by doing the story quest, 6 chapters, 4 missions per chapter usually. There are occasional fights, but it's mostly just story, fully voiced. They're usually either really cute, or they explore some interesting part of Granblue, or they push the lore forward a little bit. This one I found super, super, super cute. This one is really cute. I love this one. Some of the other, I mean, your mileage is going to vary depending on what your tastes are. Some events are kind of I really didn't like Table for 6, for example. Feel free to skip the story quests, the story missions, if you aren't into it. I'm not going to judge you. I mean, someone's going to judge you, but it isn't going to be me. So, once you get through those, and again, there'll be some battles, and there'll be a raid battle. Usually they'll give you all the items you need for the raid battle, to start the raid battle during the course of the story. Once you do all that, you unlock this UI. Each event has slightly different mechanics that are specific to the event. This one is about feeding Charlotta. She's got a loyalty meter. I've already completed it. That's why you're not seeing exactly the same UI you would normally see. This one's about getting her to 500 loyalty, at which point she will join you permanently as an SR character. The way you do that is you do these raid battles, and every, I want to say 3 raid battles or so, you'll get a prompt to make a dish for Charlotta. You'll get into a little story scenario, and Lyrio will prompt you, what ingredient do you want to use, how do you want to use the ingredient. Once you do all that, it will ask you if you're ready to give the dish to Charlotta. You give the dish to Charlotta, and if she loves it, she'll give you 120 loyalty. She likes it, or it's just kind of you got 100, and if she doesn't like it, she'll give you 50. Don't worry if you get 50s, because if you do, you can just keep on doing raid events, you'll keep on feeding her, she will eventually join you. It's not a big deal. You just get there faster if you feed her the right thing. So what else is there? There are raid battles. These raid battles are to unlock these raids. You see this this little symbol here? That's Encyclopedia Delicia, which is the token used to start this raid. It takes 3 of them. I have 6 right now, but I will show you the event battles just for completeness. The event battles are really, really easy, even if you're just starting out. Basically, you just hop in, you beat up a couple monsters, and then you get tokens for hosting the raids. These are solo battles, so you can't call for help, but I highly doubt you're going to need to call for help. Like, I one-shot that thing, so they're pretty easy. So, you get honor for doing raid battles and event battles. Honor unlocks rewards. You get tokens, which are for a special gacha, which is how this particular event distributes its rewards. Some other events will give you items that you trade at a store to get rewards. Usually it's one of the two, either tokens for a gacha or items to trade. And then you'll get these badges, they unlock rewards, and then you'll get these tokens which allow you to host the raid. So let's jump into the raid real quick. The Prism of Prawn raid is quite easy. It takes 3 of these things. The Encyclopedia Delicia. Now this is a raid, so you can call for help if you need it. For me, these are pretty easy, but my raid's pretty developed. So if you need to call for help, there's no shame in that. As far as mechanics go, there aren't really any mechanics you need to know about for this guy. Let me just double check real quick. I used the wiki for these, full disclosure. Yeah, it inflicts a death down, gives itself a death up, it can blind you, like you can dispel those things if you want, but it's not that big a deal. It's also immune to sleep and paralysis, so don't try to do either of those things. Not that you should have to. I'm in strike time right now, so this is going to go even faster. But just get my buffs up, nuke the thing. I haven't done Sketch's second story test yet, so I haven't unlocked his durability. Which, from what I hear, is really good. It gives someone a shield using 25% of her HP, so it synergizes really well with the fact that wind grids are amnesty grids. Also, Oogie Skip just came, Charge Attack Skip, which lets you skip the Charge Attack animation. It's still not as fast as refreshing, but it's so much faster, and you still get to see some of the attacks, so it's not as like awful for like streaming or doing videos as refreshing is. So yeah, here's gonna be crap. I'm just gonna turn on auto. Again, your mileage is gonna vary on how hard this is for you. But in general, like relative to other things, this thing is pretty easy. It's like as hard as a hard mode raid. So you're gonna get the same thing: honor, tokens, more tokens for being MVP, more tokens for hosting, and then just some tokens for winning. I'll show you what those are for in a little bit. Standard rewards just like last time, except for you get a big Skyfarer's lunch flag. This is like the Encyclopedia Delicia, but it unlocks the next harder raid. And I got an SR weapon. This one's unique to this raid. It's not particularly good, but it is fine skill fodder if you need skill fodder. Okay, so Queen Bee is the extreme mode raid. I'm just going to jump right into that and show you this thing. Again, this one is pretty easy. It's harder than the Prism Prawn, but unless you're like earlier in the game, it shouldn't give you too much trouble. And again, remember these are raid battles, so if you don't have to solo them, if you run into any trouble, there's no shame in calling for backup. So things to know about her. She is immune to charm and poison, so don't try to do those things. It's funny that she's immune to poison, it makes sense, but like the items you get from this event poisons, so it kind of sucks that you can't use it. I don't know. Wind are really light on what you do. Like usually they just throw up a few buffs and then attack a lot, which is nice. A nice thing about them. So there's no 75% trigger. I should talk about triggers real quick. Certain enemies have triggered abilities, and what that means is when they hit a certain health threshold or condition, they will use the ability 100% of the time, so be ready for them. They're usually at like intervals like 75%, 50%, 25%. This one has no 75% trigger. She's about to Oogie, and she's got two. She's got Royal Honey, which buffs her, and Vespian Assault, which is a big nuke that hits a bunch of your allies. And then she's also got one that inflicts poison on someone. That one you don't need to really worry about. Both Vespian Assault and Poison occur if she's in overdrive, which she's not right now. This attack might push her into overdrive. Yeah. Royal Honey. Now the funny thing about this is she buffs herself, right? Except for, notice that it only has 49 seconds of duration left. Her buff only has about a 50-second duration. So if she's really giving you trouble, you can just wait 50 seconds and the buff will fall off and you're fine. Yeah, like super not a big deal. At 50% she casts Vespian Assault, so be aware of that. Like if your guys are low HP, they might die from that. Just top yourself off. Being a wind grid, I kind of want to take damage since all my stuff is enmity. My attack goes up the lower my health gets. Also, Skatch is an enmity character. She has a nuke that does more damage the lower her health is. It does a lot of damage too. I was really surprised. The thing hits for like 2 million. Okay, this will get her an overdrive. So this is gonna be probably, yeah, poison and gold. Whatever. That core was back up to 10 filled, so we don't need you. This will trigger the 50% Vespian Assault for sure. I actually like taking damage from that, so like if she could cast again, that would be great. Then 25% she'll use Royal Honey on herself. Actually, she'll just die. Okay. So that's the extreme version. There is a nightmare version that can unlock randomly after you beat extreme. It's not that hard. It's slightly harder than this. Yeah, I didn't unlock it. Cordelia. So anyway, yeah, the nightmare version. The first time you do it, you get Blue Sky Crystal. So definitely get the Blue Sky Crystal. I think it has a chance to drop Damascus Strains and Blue Sky Crystals just as a drop. The chance is pretty low from what I've seen, so like don't feel like you need to farm it for those. It is 0 AP if the nightmare pops, so you know, if you can do it, you might as well do it since it's just a free mission that can get you some stuff. As far as other drops from this goes, as you've seen, the badges drop. All of the weapons from this event can drop, and the summon can drop, and Damascus Strains can drop. So those are the things you're kind of looking for, especially the Damascus Strain if you're farming this boss. So I talked a little bit about loot. Let's dive right in with loot and progression and like, you know, the whole reason you're doing this. So I'll start with total honor. Every time you do something in this, like every time you kill a boss or do an event, you get an event mission, you get honor. The total amount of honor you get unlocks items as you go. So like at 1,000,000 honor, you get the Lumio Gourmet. At 1,000,700,000, you get Wasp Sting Rapier. And then like Champion Merits, Supreme Merits. What you should do is, depending on how fast you can farm this, set a goal for yourself as to like what items you want to get. So like, for example, the big item you're definitely going to want to get from all these are Damascus crystals. There's 3. The last one drops at 3 million honor. The reason why you're going to want to set a goal for yourself is the event lasts, I think it lasts 7 days, 8 days from the day it started. And if you don't set a goal for yourself, you can get a situation where you get to the last day, like the last hour of the last day, and you're like, shit, I didn't get all of my Damascus crystals. I've got to farm lots to get it. Oh god. And then you're just spamming the extremes and the nightmares and the extremes, and you're spamming them, and just short of 3 million by the time the event ends. And you just hate yourself. I've done this before, which is why I'm talking about it like this. It really sucks. So yes, try and set a goal for yourself. Try and meet it before the last day. Also, set a goal for yourself because you don't necessarily want to go all the way unless this is super easy for you. Because like 3 million is Damascus crystal. Damascus crystals make Damascus bars, which are used to uncap SSR weapons. 10 crystals makes a bar, so these are super, super precious and important. Damascus grain is the thing that you get a 4 million, so an extra million to get Damascus grain. Damascus grain, 3 of them makes a Damascus crystal. So like that extra million gets you a third of a Damascus crystal. It's up to you whether or not that's worth it. I'll probably do it because the event's pretty easy for me. If the event's hard for you, really gotta think whether or not you want to actually go for that. Other things that are important from this event, let's see. There are the summons, or summon rather. This summon's actually not very good. Not gonna lie to you, it's not very good. It's boosts allies' defense and then takes the Lawyer of the Lumiel Order. That buffs characters that are part of the Lumiel Order, so like Charlotta and Cordelia, my love. I can't remember any other members of the Lumiel Order. It's not very many characters, and they're not really good. So it's just not a good summon. The call, for the Aura anyway, the call is a random effect. It is, I believe, a weak refresh, a defense boost, or a mirror image. They're all fairly weak effects. A mirror image is pretty good. It's probably the best of them. But the effects are not that good. And they're random on top of being not that good. And then the stats on some are really low. That's pretty much par for the course for event summons. Usually they're just fun animations. Occasionally they're really good. Like the Cagliostro summon, the Super Genius summon, really good from the last event. Well, really good if you still need non-gacha summons. Love Cagliostro. Also, Cagliostro is me. I'm Cagliostro. Cagliostro. Anyway, so yeah, don't super worry if you can't get enough of the Lumiel Gourmets. I try and get them just because, like, sheer compulsion to try and full uncap these things, but yeah. Other things, the SRs, they're skill fodder. They're not that good. If you have no other weapons, then yeah, sure, get them and use them. I mean, they're fine. They're mostly skill fodder, though. Merits, if you need merits, get them. CP is always good. If you can get them, get them. The last big thing is the Queen's Stinger, which is the SSR weapon. So it's Oogie, it's charge attack. Oh, I should explain. If someone says Oogie and someone says charge attack, same thing. It's like the Magna Omega thing. Just different terms based on where you're from. So the Oogie for this is poison, a slight chance on one-hit KO. Poison enables its skill, so like, okay, sure, that's fine. You're almost never gonna get, like, nothing, you can't one-hit kill anything that's actually hard. Unless another bug comes out, like when the Elysian released and people were one-hit killing, like Bama HL and whatnot. That was hilarious until people got banned. That's probably not going to happen again, though. So yeah, that's not a big deal. Don't count on it. It's nice if it happens. It's probably not going to happen. The skill on this is Royal Gift, but bonus earth damage when it is poisoned, so again, ties back up to the poison effect. Anytime you see bonus damage, you think, wow, that seems really good. This is not one of those times because that bonus I looked is 5%. It's really low. I mean, really, like, 5%? Like, 5%? Really? I mean, the weapon also has really low stats, 1915 attack. The real reason you'll want this weapon is the unknown attack modifier. Like we were talking about before, you want unknown attack modifiers to balance out that damage formula to get you the biggest multiplier you can get. So unknown weapons are always great. As far as unknown weapons go, for Earth, this is not one of the best ones. It's kind of middle of the road. Like Rose Queen Spear is better. The Xeno Harp is obviously better. It's not that great, but if you don't have any unknown weapons, or you're not above level 100 and can't get the Rose Queen Spear, this one's fine. You'll want 1 to 3 unknown weapons anyway, so this one's fine if you don't have that many. Otherwise, it's really good skill fodder. A thing to note, though, I almost forgot to mention, is if you want this for the unknown modifier, as you can see, learn at level 100. It only unlocks at level 100. Before that, there is no attack modifier on this item. So if you're going to farm this, you're going to need to get 4. 1 to have it, and then 3 more to fully unlock it. So yeah, do keep that in mind. That's another thing I'm talking about when I say you should pace yourself and set a goal for yourself. So that's really it for... oh, actually there is one more thing. You can join other people's raids by using this menu just like any other raid. Usually not worth it because these raids end quick, because as you saw, I like blew through those bosses by myself. If people call for help, these things usually die really fast, so it's not super worth it. Like, it's not a great use of your EP since they cost the same EP as other raids. So don't worry about that unless the daily missions are in effect. They're not in effect right now, but they will kick in on June 5th, so in a few days. And daily missions for events are almost always go assist 5 people in 5 different raids. So that is a reason to go do them. Usually the reward is crystals, sometimes it's a blue sky crystal. Whatever it is, it's usually worth doing, so keep that in mind. That is a reason to assist other people in raids. Anyway, that's all I've got for this episode. Are these episodes? I guess these are episodes for this time. Again, thank you all for all of the support you've been giving me. It's really encouraging. I'm going to keep on trying to do these. Yeah, if you like this at all, if it was helpful at all, like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. If you really want to be awesome, my Patreon is linked in the video and also on my bio. If you could support anything, that would be super awesome, but no pressure at all. Anyways, I'll see you folks next time. Love y'all. Have fun. Get tons of Queen Stingers and Damascus Crystals.